All right, Lions fans, let's talk some Lions. We're we're going over the Stafford and the Jared Goff trade. Who won? Who came out on top? And from my personal take, I would say it's a split. I think they pretty much offset each other. I believe that they're what each team actually needed. And for example, each team gets a 2 year rental to see if they want to go forward with the player they acquired, and or do they want to cut their ties and rebuild? Now, somebody may say that, well, no, the Lions got two first round picks, but if you were to look, you can look at that two ways. You can look at it as if the Lions, well, if the Rams win the Super Bowl, which one would you prefer to have? Win the Super Bowl or two first round picks? And they say if they don't get the Super Bowl, well, then somebody could say, well, the Lions got two first round picks. But if the Rams go deep into the playoffs those 2 years, well, then those first round picks are like equivalent to like what? If they have like a good record, it turned out to be like borderline second round, high second round picks. So I guess somebody could say like, well, we got two second round picks for it, and the third. I guess you could say, and Jared Goff. And people may say, well, yeah, but Jared Goff contract is 4 years. Actually, is actually, I want to say, guaranteed. His contract is guaranteed for 2 years, and if they want to keep him for the four, they can, but they could cut him after two. So it's equivalent to what Stafford will be here. If they had Stafford for 2 years, they'd be in the same position that they're in now. The only difference is that they have more picks to trade with. So the possibility they got, well, the 2 years that they will have Stafford, I mean, it was 2 years they will have Goff, the Lions that is, they will get possibly maybe a late first, maybe early first, maybe middle. It depends on how good they do. If they fall apart, if they. So here's another thing that people got to consider with who won the deal. Like, can the Rams keep their players? Going into this off season. Uh, it is an offset to me because I believe it with the Lions, it put the Lions in a position to go forward because it was time to move on for 13 years of a, I'm going to say, a stagnant situation. But at the same time, the Rams could look at it as it give us the opportunity to move on from a waiting for growth and development. They was waiting for Goff to take the next step. The Lions fan were waiting for the Lions to stop being so stagnant. So what the fans want for the Lions organization to have been is what the Rams was. Solid defense, which they basically got your guy in Aaron Donald, and you get a lot of high draft picks and they pan out. And so for not first round draft picks, but your second round and your later rounds, they work out well. The Lions haven't had that quite. Their success wasn't that. Well, pretty much wasn't a recipe. So, but my take is that I don't think nobody won. I think Matthew Stafford gets what he wants. I think Jared Goff gets what he wants. I think both organizations get what they want. It's a win-win situation all the way around. And even when it comes to the money, I think the money offsets each other. So somebody could say, well, the Lions got two first-round draft picks. But okay, if you want to play that, we're saying they got two first rounds, so that would be saying the Rams would actually have two losing seasons. And I guess the worse their team is, or record wise, the better the draft pick looks. Okay, I'll give you that. But if they win a Super Bowl, who wins? The Rams win, because this is what this deal is all about for the Rams, is winning a Super Bowl. For the Lions, is about getting draft capital. The quarterbacks themselves offset each other. No, then somebody want to go to the personal intangibles, like who's the better quarterback. I say they're pretty much even. What Stafford's strengths are is what Goff's strengths is not. What Goff's strengths is what Stafford's strengths is not. I think they both make the same mistakes. I think they both cost their team at times by the lack of progressions, locking on targets and not locking on targets, being stuck in their own way. I believe Jared Goff could take the next step if he had the right tutelage around him, the right mentors or the right motivation, and even the right type of coaching. And I could say Matthew Stafford could take the next step, which is to actually win a playoff game, possibly go to the Super Bowl, if he's around the right type of organization. So it's like it's a perfect deal all the way around. The only way the Lions lose in this deal if if in-house the general manager and staff, everything implodes, and down to the coaches and coordinators, everything implodes. I think that's how the Lions lose. And I can say the same deal for the Rams. The only way I can think they'll lose if they implode, because I believe with Stafford to have every legitimate shot to get to the Super Bowl. To win it is one thing, is another thing, but get there is something entirely different of his own. I believe they have a legitimate shot to get there with Stafford, with the defense that they have. And I believe McVay will make it very simple for Stafford, which is what I wanted the Lions to do with Stafford from to begin with. Well, not from the very start of his career, because I didn't know much about him. But ever since Jim Caldwell took over, I wanted Stafford to be the West Coast type offense. Just make it very simplistic. Take the quick read, hit it, march down the field. Even if it's considered methodical or whatever the case may be, you take the hits, what you got, versus looking down the field, and that became his blueprint. But when he's at his best is when he's like in 2 minutes. That's when he's hitting like every target and everything counts. He's hitting players in stride, hitting receivers in stride. He's taking leadership, taking accountability. But that's in the 2-minute drive. That's when it is all on his shoulders, so to speak, and they have a chance to win. But if he's not thinking they got a chance to win, he's pretty much out of it. Jared Goff, from what I hear, is that his throwing mechanics is what gets him in trouble. He has a slow release. So, but his strength is actually playing in the play action offense. So if you have a nice running game established, he can be successful. But so it's interesting. Stafford play action is to me is terrible because they didn't have a run game. But I don't think he could sell it either, because everybody pretty much knows he's going to sling the ball. So you play it. You play the pass with Stafford. So I don't know, man. I don't think nobody wins. I don't think nobody loses. I think from the organization standpoint and from the two players standpoint, and I think everybody wins, unless like they both just erupt and they just don't want to be where they are, and they just become like a problem to the organization, or the organization itself implode. Otherwise, it's a good deal for all the way around. All right, Lions fans, that's my take on it. With that being said, I salute.